What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sports Talk with Bros, and today we have bad news. The Philadelphia Eagles signed Michael Bennett this offseason, one of the best moves we've had in free agency. But today, we get the news that the district attorney of Harrison County, Texas, announced that they have indicted Michael Bennett for injuring a 66-year-old paraplegic at the Super Bowl of the year of the Falcons and the Patriots. When he was trying to get on the field to celebrate with his brother, he went through security, pushed through security, and this is when the injury occurred. And now there is a warrant for his arrest. And before we begin, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment if you'd like to. I want to know your opinions on this situation because it's definitely a serious problem. And as you see, I'm in a different environment. I came home for the weekend. I am not in my college apartment. So that is why I am in a different scenery. But regardless, this is a huge situation for this Eagles team. Now, originally, when I first heard the news, I'm thinking there had to be something that occurred. There was definitely a situation, and, it's been a whole entire year. There's been a whole year for them to get information with this situation, and they have enough to be able to nail him. And then I heard the actual police department come out and discuss this topic. And their reasoning behind why it took so long is because they were worried about the stabbings, the killings, and all those other situations first. So why are we comparing an incident of a shoulder injury to a 66-year-old paraplegic to murders, homicides, suicides, stabbings? Why is this compared to each other? Then we find out that there is no video evidence. The only person who saw it was one other police officer. And Michael Bennett has a strong opinion about officers, about police brutality, and all of that situation. Now, honestly, I'm just a Philadelphia Eagles fan, so am I a little biased? Obviously, I'm trying to look past the Eagles signing and all of that. To me, there's something just fishy about this. There is fishy. I heard them speaking on the radio. It was the police people that was involved in the story the whole entire time, and they said that it was a motorized heavy wheelchair that weighed about 800 pounds, and her shoulder was strained. Another topic that was brought up during the interview with these cops is the Tom Brady jersey was the biggest thing of this Super Bowl. Tom Brady's jersey got stolen. Why was that bigger story at the time? Tom Brady's jersey stolen out of a locker room, a jersey, over a situation like this that occurred. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not saying it did happen, but it just seems fishy. Like Tom Brady's jersey gets stolen, or this big story that's coming out now happened at the same time, and nobody ever heard of this story until right now. And then they were discussing how they talked to the NFL about it. The cops said that they were discussing the situation with the NFL, but how come this never came up when the Eagles and the Seahawks were discussing a trade? Now, I know we can take his contract and we get the money back and all that if we decide to cut him, but at this point, I think you kind of have to wait out the situation. Originally, I was upset about it. Hearing it for the first time, I was so shocked. I didn't comprehend what was going on. And then I heard the situation of the cop side and the district attorney side, and it just seems iffy. I don't know. And until there's enough evidence, I just don't know what to think about it. Now, the Eagles released a statement. We are aware of the situation involving Michael Bennett and are in the process of gathering more information. Because this is an ongoing legal matter, we will have no further comment of this time. Now, I'm listening to analysts speak about it, and they're saying it's probably not going to be up to 10 years because originally that's the thing. He could be going to jail for 10 years for this situation, and it's just crazy. I'm baffled. I really don't know what to think about it. This was the biggest signing of the offseason for the Eagles, and I was so excited for him, and he's a beast on the field. If this is true, that the Eagles' biggest thing last year was to win the Super Bowl. It was culture, and it was having great guys in the locker room. if this is true, I think you need to let him go. Because it's part of a culture thing, and what does this say about the character? If it's not true, you move on, you let him play, and you keep him on the roster. That's how I feel about it. I'm not saying he 100% did it. I'm not saying he didn't do it. It's to the extent of the situation. Did he literally lower his shoulder and attack a 66-year-old woman? Or was it, one of those, it happened, but it wasn't to that extent, but, she did strain her shoulder, but it wasn't a legitimate, he tackled the woman. It's going to be a huge legal matter. There's going to take time to figure out everything that occurred. There's no video evidence, and one cop was the witness. And they put it off for so long. The main guy on the interview, when it came to the press conference, he just had a weird tone in his voice. Like he was just, his mindset was just to go after this guy so hard, like insanely hard for some reason. And you got to think, they're going after a man who has a background on police brutality. So that's it. That's the story. I pretty much laid the law out for you. I want to hear what you guys think about it. Do you think we should keep Michael Bennett if this is something that happened? Do you think we should cut him? What do you guys think? I mean, until he's proven guilty, that's obviously... Nobody knows. Nobody knows the true 100% story until everything is proven guilty. He is proven guilty. So, with that being said, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, comment if you'd like to, because I definitely want to hear your opinions on this situation. It's a pretty serious thing. It was the biggest offseason signing for this Philadelphia Eagles team. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you next time.